Archie Luxury, coming to you live from Brisbane. Coming to you live from Brisbane. 5110.
Hello, I'm Archibald Chesterfield III, AC fucking 3. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell your fuckhead friends about my channel. And fuckers, remember, look in the description for 10 ways you can keep me full time, because without your support, I'm not going to survive. You can get a phone call with Archie, 50 US an hour. Paid reviews, 20 US. Man, fucking dig deep. Help me, man. I'm sinking. I'm fucking sinking. Today I'm doing a paid review for Mark. Dear Archie, this is regarding Swatch Group advice. Hello, Archie. Hope you received my 50 US dollars. I would only like a nice video. The rest is a tip for you because that's what we do here in Trump's America, fucker. So before we get into this, I would like to stay anonymous for obvious reasons. My father is a high-ranking executive for the Swatch Group. Before you start saying how much you hate them, I would appreciate you approaching this with an open mind because my father is a great guy and they are very kind to him. Plus, I'm paying for you, fucker! I am entitled to a very generous discount as his son. So I would like to start a watch collection. Very briefly about me. I'm 26 years old, living in New York City as a fine dining server. I work in arguably the best, most expensive restaurant in the city and make a fair living waiting hand on foot on the snootiest of snooty. I am surrounded by the best watches on earth. Everyday guests can be spotted with gold Rolexes, Patek, and Audemars. I know you will never be on that level, but I would like something. I know I will. Fuck, where's my glasses, fuckers? Glasses. Getting old, fuckers. I know I will never be on that level, but I would like something to compete with my co-workers, Rolex Explorers, Submariners, and Panerais, and maybe receive a slight nod from a Patek owner once and a blue moon. A boy can dream. My first watch I purchased is a new Omega Aquaterra two-tone case with steel and rose gold, white dial, and custom authorized dark blue leather band, fuckaroony. It may not be to your taste, but I like it, so fuck off! What do you think? I would like a 4 to 5 piece collection, and I'd like to run some ideas by you, and I am open to any suggestions, and your brutally honest opinion is always appreciated as long as Swatch makes the piece. I was thinking something on leather, something sporty, something on rubber, and something gold. I am a thin, tall, fair-skinned guy, so a big fuck-off Planet Ocean is too big for my wrist. I am a classy, elegant dude who appreciates minimalism, and I'd like my watches to reflect that. Thank you so much for your time, and I love your channel. Keep up the hard work. Regards, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Wowzers! And I don't hate Swatch Group. I don't hate Swatch Group. Swatch Group itself there has got many superb brands in their umbrella. Breguet. So don't think that I'm going to fucking, Swatch is a very, very powerful player in the luxury watch game. And you've got to remember, Swatch itself there really saved a lot of big Swiss names. And you can't be too nasty to them because they've they've done a lot of good things there. Swatch itself there has got the Swatch, of course. There's Tissot, Omega, Longines, Rado, Breguet, and they've got ETA, they've got Blancpain, Satina, Hamilton, Mido, Harry Winston. Okay, so what would I advise you to get? Well, that's a very good question. If you're going to get corporate discount, I'll tell you what I would get. Okay, so firstly, what I would do is I'd firstly say, okay, what would I get? So you want a 4 to 5 piece collection. You want something on leather, something sporty, something on rubber, and something gold. Okay. So what I would firstly do is I would say to you, okay, I would say with Omega, firstly, what would I get? Okay, let's have some fun. So you've already got the Aquaterra two-tone, okay? Omega Aquaterra. Okay, so that's kind of it's a kind of a Datejust type of competitor. Okay, fair enough. Not a problem. What else would I get? I tell you what I'd get if I were you. I would, the next watch you must get is an Omega Speedmaster Man on the fucking Moon. Okay, there is no doubt about it. If you've got inside contacts, you need a Man on the fucking Moon. Now, which one would I go for? Well, let's discuss that. There's actually a few I would consider here. Now, I would firstly say you may consider, let's look at this nicely, the Speedmaster 1957. The Speedmaster 57. Now, it's an automatic coaxial. I think that could be it's got the broad arrow hands, the steel bezel. I think that is a beautiful looking piece. Okay, so that that piece itself there, you can also get. So what I would do, this is where the smart money would come in. I reckon that is quite a cool piece. That's the Speedmaster 57. Okay. Now I'd get that, get it on the bracelet, but get your dad to get you the leather strap as well. So that way there, you always have it on the bracelet and you got the leather strap. That'd be fucking cool. Because those straps are a rip-off to buy as a punter. But if you've got inside contacts, I'd get a Speedmaster 57. If you didn't want to get a 57, okay, that's okay. Well, the only other one you'd go for, okay, the other one would be, okay, you could go for an Omega Speedmaster 57 or the Man on the fucking Moon. That's right. And I reckon just get the standard one. I reckon that'd be fucking cool. Forget the ceramic ones. Forget the dark side of the moon. Forget all that bullshit. You want the original. Maybe you could get, there's a really cool limited edition, the CK2998, which is like the original Speedmaster. That if you've got inside contacts and a few strings, maybe you could pull that. That's a fucking cool watch. Maybe you could get a silver Snoopy. Okay, silver Snoopy. They're fucking hard to get. So if your dad's contacts, you may be able to wing that. They've also got the Speedmaster Moonwatch First Omega in Space. You can get that in solid gold. That is beautiful. Okay, so you've got the Aquaterra, Omega Aquaterra two-tone. So we've got that. That's watch 1. Watch 2 would be a Speedmaster 57 or the Moonwatch. Okay, so I've given you a few choices there, depending on what you can get a good deal on. The third watch, without a doubt, you've got to get Speedmaster. You'd have to get a Mark II, the reissue. That is a fucking, if you can get that at a good price, possibly go racing dial with the orange. I reckon that's a fucking really cool watch. And especially if the Speedmaster you got wasn't a black dial, like a silver Snoopy or a gold one, that would really fit in beautifully. Okay, what else do we get there? Okay, you want something on rubber. Okay, let's back the truck up. So that is our Omega's done. Now the next thing is we'd have to get a Breguet. Okay, you'd have to get a Breguet. Now I would say, in all honesty, you got to be careful with Breguet. Like the Breguet Type 20, they do drop a fair bit second hand. But if you're getting it new and you got inside knowledge, you're probably going to get it at half of retail. Half of retail, that's not too bad for a mint Breguet. So my advice depends on how big the budget is, okay? Because these are fucking dear, okay? Breguet has got some eye-watering stuff there. But I've got to tell you, if it was me, I mean, if you can go for one of the gold Breguets, sure. But I'd even be happy, complete honesty with you, I would be happy to go for a Type 20. I think just the classic Type 20 it'd be fucking cool. Get that on a leather or get it on a bracelet, and again, get the leather strap. That's the way you do that. You get that fucker there. So I would be saying a Breguet, get it on the bracelet, get the extra leather with the deployment buckle from your dad. That would be that'd be fucking cool. That's the way to do that. Now something on rubber. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 watches. So let's just clarify this. Something on leather. Well, we've got the Breguet and maybe the Speedmaster, because your dad's going to get those straps for you next to nothing. Something sporty. Well, we've got the Speedmaster, and we've got the Mark II, and we've got the Type 20. Can't get fucking sportier than that. Something rubber. Okay, we've got to get something rubber. And something gold. Well, you could get the Speedmaster, or you could get a Breguet in gold. I mean, that's just depends on your budgetary constraints there. On rubber, what would I get on rubber? What do I like in rubber? That's a very good question there. What do I like on rubber? I would have to say, maybe, fuck it. Let's do something completely off character here. I want to keep this reasonable. I'd possibly get, because we've got some really high-end watches here. Why don't we get a fucking Tissot? Okay, so this is a kind of our beta watch. So we get a Tissot. Tissot's quite, it's kind of funky art, avant-garde sort of style. I reckon myself, if you're going to get a Tissot, why not get something sporty on rubber there? That's kind of what I would be doing. I reckon that's they've got, see, Tissot's, what have they got? I'm just having a quick look at their range, but they got the is that rubber or is that leather? I don't know. It's a look. I'd possibly, that's a Tissot PRS 516 Powermatic 80. I think that might be leather, but that's kind of it's a cool way to go. I reckon that could be a cool rubber type option there. Something quite affordable. I don't like the Tissot T-Touch. I don't like that. Actually, I'll tell you what I do like. They've got a Tissot Prc 200 chronograph. Let's have a look at that. That actually is quite good looking. That's quite a reasonably looking piece on rubber. I reckon that. Yeah, that's fucking gorgeous. That's and it's got the nice Tissot T second, the hand there that goes around. Yeah. Okay, there you go. That's 5 watches from the Swatch group. You get these at the right price, you'll never go wrong. I'm Archie Luxury. This is the Paul Pluta channel. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell your fuckhead friends, fuckers.
Archie Luxury, live from the streets of Brisbane. Archie Luxury, coming to you live from Brisbane. Coming to you live from Brisbane. 5110.
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece. We adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.